Said something about Trump wanting to stop the state from overriding the economy. And my question is, I believe we've seen some evidence that he's more of a statist than especially traditional Republicans are in regard to the economy. For example, he wants to kind of use the power of the presidency and the prestige of the presidency to tell companies what they should be doing, why they shouldn't be moving overseas. Just recently we saw that he wants to put a tariff on Canadian lumber and other such tariff measures. I find that not economic freedom at all. And you said that's one of the 3 points of the revolution.
Yeah, I think we're sort of in the process of feeling Trump out and discovering where he's really going with this, right? Because it's true, in his pre-presidency, he was doing a lot of, you could call it telephone strong-arming. Don't go to Mexico, keep your jobs here, and so on. He's not doing that since he's been in office. Now, the issue of tariffs to me is a little tricky, because here's the question. Let's say that the Canadians are putting tariffs on our products, which they are. Just like the Japanese are putting tariffs on our cars. So we've been living in a kind of a one-way arrangement here in which they slap tariffs on our cars. So General Motors and Ford can't sell except at a higher price in Japan. But let's say we have no tariffs or hardly any tariffs on their cars. Now the question is, if you're a real free trader, as I am, what do you do? Milton Friedman's answer was, you do nothing. It's better to have one guy have tariffs than to have both guys have tariffs. I think on this point, Friedman is actually politically wrong, and in fact, politically dumb, which is not an insult to him because he was an economist, and he wasn't actually trying to be politically smart, and so he never succeeded. Trump's idea is this. If the Japanese want to put tariffs on our cars, it's time to call up the Japanese and say, listen, pal, if you stick 30% tariffs on our cars, we're going to be sticking 30% tariffs on your cars. Until you take the tariffs down. Then we'll take ours down. Now, this is a political strong-arm tactic aimed at doing what? Achieving a level playing field, achieving real free trade. So let me give you a kind of an example about this, which is a little ruthless, but does make the point. It happened during the Civil War. It came to the attention of Abraham Lincoln that the Confederates, upon capturing blacks from the Union Army, these are free blacks, would immediately execute them. Not whites. The whites were just held captive like normal prisoners of war, but the blacks were executed. So what does Lincoln do? Lincoln issues an executive order that for every free black captured and executed by the Confederacy, one Confederate soldier will be summarily shot. Now think about this. This is an order of extreme barbarity, and it's a complete contravention of the laws of war. But in Lincoln's view, if I don't do it, how do I get them to stop? And in fact, they did stop. So I use this as an extreme example to show that in the sort of world of politics and war, it is sometimes necessary to do to them what they are doing to us, not because you are not a free trader, but because you are trying to get to a free trade that you'll never get to any other way. So again, I'm for free trade. If Trump turns out to impose tariffs across the board and basically be a tariff guy, I think he'll be mistaken about that, and he shouldn't do that. But if he's using these tactics, so to speak, to level the playing field on free trade, he might just be successful.